Welcome everybody to today's Navigating NIC's Digital Learning Platform session. We're so grateful that you could be here. And before we get started, we'd just like to take a minute and acknowledge the territories that we are coming in on today. So North Island College would like to acknowledge that we are coming in from the combined 35 traditional territories of the Nuu-chah-nulth, Kwakwaka'wakw, and Coast Salish traditions and nations. And so we're grateful to be here today. If you'd like, you can plant your feet on the ground and take a second and think about where you're coming in from today and what those traditional territories are and the people that were here before us. So for instance, I'm in the Comox Valley campus and I'm coming in from the traditional unceded territory of the Comox First Nations. Yeah. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, this session is being recorded, so you're welcome to keep your cameras and microphones on or off, depending on your comfort level. If you have any questions, please throw them in the chat. We will be monitoring the chat. And at the end of the session, we'll have a Q&A period as well, where you can come back and ask questions verbally too, if you feel comfortable. And with that, I think we're going to turn this session over to someone who clearly has far more technical skills and capabilities than we do. And then once he's done this session for students, we're probably going to ask him to do a session for us as well. So Tyler is here with Student Technical Services. Tyler, do you mind introducing yourself and letting us know a little bit about you and what we're going to cover today?
Absolutely. I'm just going to do a screen share real quick here. Okay. Pop the chat out and we are in business. Hello, everybody. I am Tyler, part of the Student Technical Services team at the college here. My job is to do all of you guys' technical stressing for you, so you don't have to worry about that, and you guys can just concentrate on getting your classwork done. Have a lot of things to go over. Some of it you may have seen before, some of it will probably be brand new. But mostly what I want you guys to get out of this is that there is a lot of support for you guys on the technical platforms at the college, and to definitely reach out if you need that support. It's easy to get snowballed under this stuff because of how much we are relying on technology these days. You probably won't be bringing me anything that I haven't seen before, and I might be able to solve your problem in a couple of minutes where you might be pulling your hair out for a couple of hours over it. So I don't want you to do that. College pays me to pull my hair out over these things, so feel free to reach out and ask these questions if they do pop up for you. But we'll start at the very beginning for anybody that is brand new. This is the NIC website. I'm sure you guys have all been here and checked this out already. There's a quick links box up here, which is going to be useful for quick links to get you into things like Brightspace, Career Central if you're looking for that, the Learn Anywhere site, Library and Learning Commons. So great links in here. And then you'll also find the My NIC login button here. I would think that everybody has logged in already. If you haven't, I recommend you definitely do so. If you have tried to log in and you have not been successful doing so, I'm going to show you guys towards the end here about a million ways to get in touch with me and my team. So reach out. Let's make sure that you guys have a working password. You're able to get signed in and able to get to these resources that you're going to need to get to for when classes start up. So clicking on the My NIC login button here, we will have the login to My NIC here. A couple things I want you to make note of underneath. The first sentence here, after 3 failed attempts, your account will lock for 15 minutes. This is a big one to make note of because it doesn't actually tell you that your account is locked. All it does is gives you a credentials box that you keep entering your credentials into over and over again, and it can be frustrating. So make note that if you have unsuccessfully tried to log into your account 3 times within a matter of a few minutes, go take a break for 15 minutes, come back and try again, because once your account locks up on you, it doesn't matter how many times you enter the correct credentials in, it is not going to let you in while it's locked up. So take note of that one. And then the one below it here, you'll notice that there is a link here to reset your password. This is going to be a good one to know as well. If you guys are having issues with your password, this is going to be the first spot you're going to want to come to check that out. Clicking on it here will take you to the password reset page. The first time you guys sign into a Microsoft product or Brightspace, it is going to prompt you to enroll yourselves in self-service password reset. It's a very easy process. You guys can just enter in a personal email address there if you'd like. I use my cell phone number because then it sends me text messages to authenticate. Then I don't have to sign into another account to get the authentication for the other account. So that's easiest for me, but it's up to you how you guys want to set this up. Once you have set up your self-service password reset, you will be able to use these links up here to reset your password, to change your security options, or to go ahead and change your password if you want to. If you guys have not yet set up self-service password reset, you'll be able to reset your password here using this tool, and that's going to send you a new password to the personal email address that the college has on file for you. So this is going to be your first spot to hit if you guys are having troubles with your password. Once you guys are signed into your MyNIC, it is going to look very similar to mine here. We are going to be making some changes to MyNIC over the next year. We're going to be improving it a lot and making it more functional and more useful. So keep an eye out for those changes, and we'll be able to keep you guys updated when that is happening as well. Right now, you'll notice that it does have college announcements on it for you here, so you can keep an eye on what's going on there. You will see this My Classes box. Unfortunately, this box is linked to Blackboard Learn, which is our old learning management system at the college. Once we do some upgrades to our MyNIC here, we are going to be able to link this with Brightspace. But as it stands right now, since none of you are going to be using Blackboard Learn, this My Classes box is not going to be useful for you at all. So if you're seeing no classes or something like that in here, don't worry about it. We are working on this, and it's going to become more functional as the year goes on. You will also notice a Brightspace login here. This is the same link that you can find from the quick links on the MyNIC page. So this is just another link into Brightspace right from your MyNIC page here, or from the quick links in the website rather. You will see a self-service menu here. You guys are able to expand the student section, and there's good stuff in here for you as well. You guys will be able to find your final course grades in here. This is where you'll be able to find financial information. So come tax time, when you guys are looking for your forms, this is where you're going to be able to get them. You'll also be able to update your banking information and things like that if that's required through the financial information here as well. Student planning, if you're taking future courses with us, a good spot to plan those out and get that set up. Transcript requests when you guys are done being students. If you guys are continuing your education somewhere else, this is where you're going to come for those transcripts. And a user profile down here, which has some good information. You guys are able to update living addresses and personal telephone numbers in there. And that's also a good spot to go if you don't know your North Island College email address, because that's something that is important to know. More and more of our services are requiring that email address as the login. So if you don't know what it is, as it stands right now, you can still sign into MyNIC using just your N number. But most other things at the college, you're going to need that email address as the username. And so if you don't know what it is, clicking on your user profile in here is going to let you know what that is. Webmail has recently changed at the college as well. We have migrated all students to Exchange Online, which is great for you guys. It's a lot easier to navigate. Only difference being is that you used to be able to get into your email using your N number. You won't be able to do that anymore, and you're going to need that college email address of yours to be able to get into your email there. Clicking on it will bring you into the login page. You'll just sign in with your NIC email address as the username, and then your current North Island College password as well. You'll always only have the one password at the college, so that's nice. And if you get comfortable signing in with your email address instead of the N number, you'll be a lot better off there too, because then you'll always be just using the one username and the same password for everything else. Once you are inside your mailbox, I'm going to throw some of these links in the chat as well, because there are direct ways into here without having to go through my NIC. So I'll throw these in the chat and you guys can bookmark these if you'd like to. This is the first one here that's going to get you directly into your email. So if you want to check your email without signing into my NIC first, you can do so right at that link, just using your NIC email address as the username and your current password. Clicking on your avatar up here when you guys are in your email, you'll be able to view your account, and in here you'll be able to set up security options. Once you have enrolled in the self-service password reset, you'll be able to change your password and things like that, security options and everything from in there from your account as well. So keep an eye out for that if you are looking to do those kind of things too. Back on the My NIC page, you will also see the Brightspace login. Brightspace is the learning management system that we are using at the college now. If you guys have been students with us before, you may be familiar with Blackboard Learn. If you are like me, you probably did not like Blackboard Learn at all. It was very cumbersome. It was difficult to navigate. Trying to find anything in it could get nightmarish. And I have been using Brightspace for a while now, and let me be the first to tell you, if you are new to it, that you are going to enjoy it a whole lot more. Navigation in there is very simple. It's a lot nicer, and there aren't as many layers to bury things down. So finding everything in your course is a whole lot nicer as well. Signing into Brightspace is going to land you here. I'm going to throw this direct link in the chat as well. If you just want to sign into Brightspace and not your My NIC, you can always do so from that link there too. When you land in here, you're going to land on a welcome page. We're going to have some announcements here, which we're going to keep updated with the important announcement things that are happening within the Brightspace and within the college. So you can keep an eye out for that. And you will also see a My Courses list that is going to show all of the courses that you are enrolled in. An important thing to note is that your instructors have the ability to make the courses available and unavailable for students. So if you had a course on here and it suddenly disappeared, yeah, Janelle, I'll get to that on when you should be seeing your courses. It kind of has to do with this. So your instructors are going to be able to turn those on and off for you. They will appear and disappear in your list as your instructors turn them on and off. So if you are able to sign into Brightspace, but you are not seeing your course in there or any courses in there, it is probably because your instructor has just not made it available for students just yet. Maybe they're doing some last minute changes or doing some work in there. But as long as you're able to sign in here, once it is made available to students, it will just show up on your list like normal, and you'll be able to click it and get into it. It's worth noting too, because instructors will oftentimes make it unavailable for students while they are doing work on it. So if you see it in your list and then it disappears, it's nothing to panic about. Your instructor is probably just doing some work on their end on it, so they have made it unavailable while they're doing the work, and it will pop back up in a couple of hours when they're done working on there and allow you to get back into it again. A few other things I'd like to show up here are going to be the internal notifications. It's good to note that these notifications are just internal inside of Brightspace. So in order to receive anything on here or be notified in here, you're going to need to be logged into Brightspace for that. You can also set up external notifications, which because everyone is very busy these days, I always find is a very useful thing. And external notifications are pretty easy to set up. You can click on your avatar up here. You will notice that there are some things in here like profile settings. You can go through there, change pronouns are in there. There's name changes and things like that that you can do in your profile. So keep an eye on that and change up any of those things that allows you to in there if you'd like to. And also the notifications right below here. So if you're looking for external notifications from Brightspace, this is the spot you're going to go to set it up. You can click on these here. First, it's going to show you the Pulse app. Brightspace was built from the ground up with mobile in mind, so there is no working app for Brightspace. They did that on purpose. You can sign into Brightspace normally through your phone, tablet, whatever it is you're working on, and it is going to customize itself to the screen size that you are using. It was even built with touch screens in mind, so you will be able to use touch screens if you want to in there. That's the reason they don't have a working app for Brightspace. This Pulse app that they do have, though, is a notifications app, and it works very well. So if you don't have enough apps on your phone yet and you want another one, this is a good one to get. You can set up your notifications however you'd like in there, and it's a quick way to get notified about changes in your Brightspace course without having to go into the actual course to check out what's going on there. You can also scroll down a bit and set up some instant notifications if you'd like to. These come through your North Island College email address. So a lot of these are going to be not useful to you, but some of them will be. You know, if a new announcement gets put up, if a new assignment gets put up, you can pick and choose which of these you'd like to be notified about. Remember to save down there. And then when a new grade or whatever you selected does come out, you guys will be able to receive an email in your North Island College email box letting you know that something has happened in that course, a new assignment has been put up in your course, and then you'll be able to sign into that course and see what's going on there. So those are two really good ways of getting external notifications to what's going on in your Brightspace course. Always remember to hit the save button when you're making these changes too, so that they will stick there for you. Back to your My Courses list here, you will see all of your available courses here. The more courses you take at the college, the more this list is going to fill up. You may have eventually get to the point where some of your older courses that you aren't using anymore are still open and still in your list. You're able to customize that however you'd like. You can click the little pin icon on the courses that you would like to stay there. And then switch it over to the pinned list here, and it will only show you the courses that you want to see on there. So if you do have courses that are in your list and you never use them anymore, you're never going into them, the list is getting unwieldy, that's a good way to keep it nice and clean. You can also get to your course list from this little waffle icon up at the top, and you can do the same there by pinning whichever courses up to the top that you would like to, so that you don't have to see the ones that you're not using all the time. Clicking into your course is very easy. One click, it's going to bring you into that course. These will be set up. Some will be more elaborate than others. Some will be much more visual than others. It's going to be up to your instructor how they set it up. The nice thing and my favorite thing about Brightspace is the navigation bar up here at the top. This navigation bar is going to be consistent across all of your courses. And it's great because in the assignment section, for example, any assignments that are available to you, you just have to click here to see the list of them. So you don't have to go down and dig down through your course here, trying to find where that assignment was. You'll be able to get to it very quickly by clicking on assignments and then getting to your assignment that way. It's the same for discussions and quizzes as well. So it helps out immensely with the navigation. You don't need to go trying to remember where you saw the assignment, you know, which document or whatever it was. You can just click on them right from the navigation bar up here and get right into them. For example,
Tyler, I have to say that's a huge improvement from Blackboard.
Oh, from Blackboard, absolutely, yeah. That's my favorite thing. It's such a simple thing as well, but it makes a world of difference. So you can see here when I click on my assignments, it brings me up all of my available assignments in that course. Some of these in you guys' courses are going to be time and date sensitive, obviously. So if it's not available to you, you won't see it in this list. But any of the assignments that are available to you, you guys are going to see in this list here. There are two main types of assignments that you will be doing, submitting in Brightspace. There is going to be file submissions and there are going to be text submissions, and I'll walk you through what both of those are going to look like. First one will be a file submission. Very simple. You guys will click on your assignment. You guys will be able to see, what the assignment is, when it needs to be done by, all that kind of stuff right here on the page. And then when you're looking to submit it, it's very easy. Click the Add a File button here. It's a lot like doing an attachment in an email, very similar to that. You'll click the Add a File, click the Upload. If you guys do have your North Island College OneDrive, which I'm going to get into towards the end on the Microsoft 365 part, but if you guys are using OneDrive, you can submit to Brightspace right from your OneDrive, so you don't have to pull the files out from the cloud locally before you submit. You'll be able to do it all in one smooth motion. Find the file that you want to submit, find your assignment in here. You'll see that it uploads it here, so you know we've clicked on the right file. If it's not the correct one, you can X out of it here, re-click on the correct one. Hit the Add button. You'll see it upload here and ready to go. And once you know you have the correct file and everything's good, you just have to press the Submit button down here. Mine says Overwrite because I've done this demonstration countless times, and I just keep overwriting my same submission, but you guys will have a Submit button down here. Remember to click that, because until you actually click the submission, your assignment has not been correctly submitted. And you will go to this page that lets you know your file submission has been successful. It's going to send you a confirmation email to your North Island College email account, letting you know that that submission has been successful, and then you're all done submitting that assignment there. The other kind of assignments that you might run into are going to be text assignments. Text submission assignments are a little bit different in the fact that there is no way to submit a file in here. So basically, if it is set up this way, your instructor is wanting your text type into this box here. I would totally recommend doing all of your assignments outside of Brightspace in Microsoft Word. I'm going to get into the Word there in a little bit, but Microsoft Word is going to allow you to make multiple copies of the same file. So if something happens and a file gets corrupted, you're not going to lose all your work. It allows you to save, even auto save if you want to. My only issue that I have with these little text submission boxes, they're great if you are typing a couple of sentences, maybe a small paragraph if you're replying or things like that. What I don't want to happen is for you to spend an hour typing into this box and then the power goes out at your house, and when it comes back on, that last hour of typing has all been deleted out of here. So to avoid that, do that work in a Word document and then copy and paste it into this text submission box if this is the way that your instructor has you submitting assignments. It's going to ensure that you don't lose a lot of that hard work that you guys are spending your time on in there. But as far as that goes, you would just copy and paste in here. You would type your couple of sentences, go ahead and hit that submit button. And it's going to give you the same thing here.
Tyler, does it keep the formatting?
The copy and pasting, it should keep the formatting, yes, absolutely. You will see the confirmation email, same as the other one, and then you're going to be done. I have a question here. Some teachers are requiring assignments to be only submitted as PDFs. Is there any college apps that convert Word documents or other document types to PDFs? There is Adobe Acrobat, which along with your Office 365, as long as you guys are students, print to PDF works just from Word on its own. So you would be able to just do that. But you guys also are allowed to go ahead and download Adobe Acrobat Pro as long as you're students with us as well. That is like the ultimate PDF maker. So you guys can go ahead and do that also if you'd like to. But converting to PDF, you wouldn't need any extra software other than the Microsoft Office for that, or even a Windows computer should just have a default basic print to PDF on there for you as well.
Tyler, I don't know if some students know that they can get Microsoft Word Suite for free.
They probably don't. I am going to get to that though.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's in here. I've got that. I've got that coming up. Discussions work very much the same way as the assignment submissions. These discussions work great for having longer ongoing conversations with everybody in your class, being able to contribute. So these work a lot like any forum postings on any internet sites. Your instructor is going to post a topic up here or a thread. You'll be able to click on it, reply to that thread, read the other replies, reply to people's replies, and that kind of thing. So the discussions are probably going to be used a lot. You're probably going to be seeing those a lot as well. And quizzes also, you guys will be able to click onto the quizzes here, find your quiz that you want to do, whatever it's available to you. These ones will be very time sensitive. A lot of times you'll only get a couple-hour window to do your quiz or however your instructor sets it up. So they'll give you all of that information on here, and you can go ahead and start your quiz during the time that it's available for you. These quizzes in Brightspace, you're going to see a lot of multiple choice, true and false, short answer questions, things like that. So keep an eye out for those. You can click through. You will notice that it saves as it goes. It doesn't mean this answer is locked in until you submit. You can go back and change these if you'd like. This saving process as it goes is actually beneficial to you. What it's doing is in the event that you're doing a 60 question quiz and you get to question 55 and the power goes out, the next time you sign in here, you just have to do those 5 questions again, not the whole 55 that you were doing before. So check and make note that these are saving as you go, but note also that they're not locked in until you submit your quiz, and you can go back and change these. Same thing as assignments. Once you submit, you will get a quiz has been submitted successfully. It will be set up. Some of your quizzes may be set up to give you a grade right there on the spot. Some of them won't. But until you end up seeing this screen, your quiz has not been submitted successfully either. So keep an eye out for that. Some of the other great things in here, class list is going to show you a class list of everybody, all of your classmates and your instructor there. One other important thing to note about Brightspace is emailing in Brightspace is a little bit different. It's the same as it was in Blackboard, but it can be a little bit confusing because you are able to initiate emails in Brightspace, but the replies will all go to your North Island College mailbox. So you can start an email chain inside of Brightspace, but after that first one is sent, everything else, all communication is going to happen from your NIC mailbox to your classmates and your instructors' NIC mailboxes. So you won't be able to come back into Brightspace to find the reply to the email you sent. That's an important one to note because some students do get confused by that. So that's why it's important to have access to your NIC college or to your college email box as well, because that's where a lot of the communication is going to be going from there on out. Grades is a big one. You guys will be able to see your grading schemas and the grades that you've gotten in here on all of your assignments and everything. So that's very nice. And one of my other favorite ones is the class progress. If you guys are visual people like me, you will appreciate this. This is going to give you bar graphs and percentages on everything you've done in your course, everything you've missed doing. It's good to note also that your instructors also have access to this. So they will be able to see every document that you've clicked on and every one that you've read. So keep that in mind. If you're saying that you have clicked on something and you did read it when you didn't, they will be able to see that as well. And it's a good way to keep organized in here, know what you've missed and what you still have ahead of you that you're needing to do. So I really appreciate this class progress tool in here as well. And that's going to be the basics of the Brightspace walkthrough. I will show you guys, I have a write-up on this, on signing in and submitting assignments and things like that. I'll show you guys where that is too. But just know that if you guys aren't new to this, or even if you are, it's a whole lot nicer LMS than we were using in the past. I have not heard a single complaint about Brightspace from a student. We did change the way that it was logged into. In Blackboard, you used to be able to log in with your N number. In Brightspace, you need that email address to log in, but that is the only thing that I've heard about it. I have not heard another thing from students, whereas with Blackboard, I was hearing a lot of complaints about it all the time. So fingers crossed that it stays that way and it stays fresh like that, but it is a lot nicer environment to work in for sure. Papercut is the printing software that we use at the college here. I'll throw this link into the chat for you guys as well. If you guys are on campus at all and looking to do any printing, you guys will be signing in here. You can add funds into here. The college charges 10 cents a page for black and white printing, 20 cents a page for color printing. So you can add funds in here through credit card or debit card to your print account. If you are on campus and have cash, you can go to the library and the library techs there would be happy to add the cash funds onto your print account for you to give you the ability to print that way. So I have a write-up on this as well that I'm going to show you, but just be aware if you guys are looking to print, that link is going to be useful for you for adding funds onto your account there. BlueJeans, I will throw the download link in here for you guys. You guys are all using BlueJeans right now, so you are winning this battle. There are two ways to get into any BlueJeans session, through your web browser or through the app. That link that I threw in there is going to be for the app download. I definitely recommend getting the app if it's available for your machine. There are some Chromebooks out there, and there are some kind of laptop tablet hybrids that they don't make the app for. If you guys are using one of those machines, you won't be able to download and install the app. You still will be able to join through your web browser, and that's okay. You're not going to miss out on any fundamental things, audio or visual wise. You'll just miss out on some of the other things like the digital backgrounds and things like that that I'm using to hide how messy my office is. So if the app is available for you, definitely recommend getting it. As students, BlueJeans is very nice because you guys will never have to sign in or create a BlueJeans account. All you guys will ever have to do is download and install this app and click on the links provided by your instructors for the BlueJeans meetings, and it will open up in the app by itself there. So definitely recommend checking that out. And I will run you guys through some of the BlueJeans. Mute your video up here, mute your audio up here. There is a share screen one here and an end call here. I'm sure everyone is very familiar with, over the last couple of years, with using these video conferencing platforms. So they are all very similar. And the main thing that I can say about these things is the best experience is having good etiquette on these video conferencing sessions, keeping your microphones muted until it's your turn to talk and have something to say. You may have a neighbor that mows his lawn all day, every day, and tortures you with it, but you don't have to torture your classmates with that as well. So keep your microphones muted so that they don't have to hear everything that's going on there as well. Unmute yourself when it is time to talk. And your classmates and instructor will be very appreciative of that, as you will be if your classmates are doing the same thing there. We also got into the chat a little bit. So you can click on the chat tab in here. You guys will see the chat up here. An important thing to note in here is there are two chats. There is an everyone chat and a direct messages chat. Make sure you know which chat you're using. It could be a very embarrassing situation if you think you are direct messaging someone, but you are actually typing in the everyone chat. There is no tech support for you if you make that mistake. You guys are on your own with that one. I just tell you about the difference between the two, and that's all there is. So keep an eye on which chat you are typing in. And another good thing to notice about the chats too is if you click on the three little dots down here in the bottom, you will see an option to download the chat. This is a great feature. Before the meeting ends, feel free, before you leave the meeting, feel free to download the chat. It is going to download the entire chat into a little text file into your downloads folder on your computer, which you can then open up, reread the chat. So that's going to be very useful if there was a lot of good information passed through the chat or a bunch of good links shared in there. You'll be able to get all of that into a text file, open it up, and go back and get those links and read that chat information again. You're also able to click on the People tab up here and see everyone that is in the BlueJeans session. If you come in as a name that is not representative of who you are, I see Blue Jeans puts a lot of actual computer names as people's names in there. So I see a lot of Dells or user ones and user twos in these chats a lot. If you're looking to change your name, you can hover over where you are and click the little pencil icon. That's going to allow you to change your name to whatever you'd like. It's going to allow you to put something that is representative of who you are, of what your name is, and it's going to help your classmates and your instructors know who you are and be able to put a name to the face if you guys are taking your classes digitally as well. Inside the settings as well, you can get into these virtual backgrounds. If you guys are on a sketchier Wi-Fi or an older computer, I would recommend not using these virtual backgrounds at all. They're very resource intensive, so unless you are on a good Wi-Fi and a good computer, if you are looking to hide how messy your room is, I would definitely just mute your video instead. I'm sure your instructors and classmates would like to be able to see your face. However, if it is hindering your audio and visual experience of your class, don't use these virtual backgrounds at all and just go ahead and mute yourself. You will have a much better experience that way because these can be pretty resource intensive. You'll see the camera, microphone, and speaker options in here. So if you have headsets or multiple speakers, multiple microphones, you're able to pick and choose in here which ones you want to use, which ones you're going to be using. So if you are having problems where you can hear but nobody can hear you, this is going to be a good spot to come and check and make sure that you have the correct microphone selected, things like that. Another good one in here is this fit to view. You'll want to make sure this is checked off. If you guys are noticing that when people are sharing their screens, some of the content is cut off of the one side, you're going to want to click this fit to view. It's going to shift everything over so that you're able to see the entirety of the screen being displayed there. And then the last one in here is closed captions. If you guys are visual people, if you like subtitles on when you're watching movies, things like that, feel free to turn the closed captions on. They work pretty well. You will, I'm sure, see some hilarious mistakes that they do make, but in general, they work really well. And so if you like to see the closed captions as well, feel free to turn those on and play along with those as well. This next one I'm going to throw into the chat here. You guys may or may not be using this in your classes. I'm not going to get too much into it right now for this, but just know that it exists, the NIC Media Space. You guys are all going to be able to sign in here if you'd like to by going to the site, clicking on the guest and the login, logging in with your NIC credentials. And what this site is this is a YouTube-like platform that we have acquired at the college that's going to allow you to consume or create as much video media as you would like. So it's a good spot to come and watch videos if you're visual people. You may use this in some of your courses for creating videos. If that's the case, your instructor will probably have me into the course before that assignment is given to you, and I'll be able to walk you guys through our Kaltura and how to use that. I'm going through enough information now. I don't want to burden you guys with something else that you might not even use this year anyway. So just know that this exists. You can sign in here. You can click on the students playlists up here if you'd like. Check out what's going on in the Brightspace one. I know that Lisa has made a great video of a Brightspace tour for students in here that's going to cover some of the things that I didn't cover, a lot of things like setting up your pronouns and some of the account setup and things like that. So feel free to come and check out these kind of videos. And it's also a place where you can create videos and easily upload them into Brightspace if your assignments call for that. The Learn Anywhere site is another college website here, which you guys can skim through. There are a lot of good, useful articles on here, especially about digital learning, taking digital tests. If you guys are looking to buy a new laptop, kind of what to look for, what to avoid, things like that. So check out this website. give a scroll through here and click on anything that piques your interest, because there are a lot of good articles and information on this one as well. This is my website. If you guys have not checked out the Student Tech website yet, I definitely recommend doing so. Everything I've gone over in this orientation and more, I have in file format on here that you guys can read through step-by-steps on a lot of it. Everything from setting up the self-service password resets into Brightspace that we just went through, how to sign in, how to set up notifications, how to do assignment submissions and things like that. So if you're looking for a refresher, check these out for sure. There are some other big ones in here. If you guys are coming to campus, I've got info on here on how to get into the Wi-Fi. I've got the printing info on here and all that kind of stuff as well. And go ahead and click on the Microsoft Office one while you're here too. As long as you guys are students with us, you get the full Office 365 suite for free. I definitely recommend you guys take advantage of this. You can throw it on up to 5 computers. So if you do homework at a sibling's place or a parent's place or something, you can throw it on their computer as well so that you have access to your files wherever you are. All of your instructors are going to be using Office 365 as well. There are a lot of third-party free word processing programs out there, but they save files in very odd file formats, which Brightspace won't accept, and your instructors won't be able to open. And I know your instructors are all going to be very nice people, but I also know that they are not going to be scouring the internet looking for a third-party program just to open up your one file. What they're going to do is they're going to send that file back to you and say, send me this in a Word document. So I definitely recommend you guys take advantage of this. Very easy to go to get this. You go to office.com, sign in using your NIC email address and your current NIC password. Click the Install Office button here. It is going to download the executable for you to click and then install Office 365 onto your computer. This is available on mobile devices as well. The installation process is slightly different. For mobile devices, you'll go to the Play Store or go to the App Store, get the apps you want, whether it's PowerPoint and Word, whatever it is, and then you'll be able to sign into those apps using your college credentials. So you can put it on any device, but it's a little bit different if you are doing it on mobile. I do have a walkthrough on installing it on your PC here. You can install this on Mac as well. I think it goes back to like the last 4 Mac operating systems. So if you are on an older computer than that, you probably won't be able to install this on your computer. However, you still will be able to always sign in at office.com and use the web apps version of it as well, even if you can't install the desktop apps onto your computer. So check this out. If you guys have troubles installing this, if you guys give it a shot yourselves, if you run into troubles, get in touch with us and I'll be able to walk you through this, and we'll make sure that you have access to this this platform here so that you can use it for your school classes. The other one I'd like to talk about is email on your phones. Nobody really wants to log into 2 different places just to see if they have an email or not. So getting your email set up on your phones or tablets or laptops is a good, easy way to be able to handle your notifications and to know anything that's coming in there in real time without having to sign in. If we have recently moved all student email boxes to Exchange Online, so if you have been a student with us before and have set up your email on your phone before, you probably have noticed that it has stopped working. All you will need to do is delete that account and then re-add it again, and it will bring your all of your emails back to you in working fashion again. The process is much easier than it used to be when we hosted emails on-prem here. You had to add domains and server names and all that kind of stuff to get your emails synced up. You don't have to do that at all anymore. You just have to delete your account, re-add the account as the Office 365 or Exchange Online account, throw in your NIC email address and password, and it is going to do everything else for you and bring your emails to you that way as well. So you guys can look through and read through this. It is a step-by-step. We use Outlook at the college here, so Outlook is what we've used for our example, but you can do this with the Gmail app or things like that if you're more comfortable with those kind of apps. So give this a try if you guys are looking to get your email set up on your phones or devices. And again, if you guys have troubles with this or you struggle at all, reach out to us and we'll be able to walk you through it and make sure that you guys have quick and easy access to your emails there. The last link I'm going to throw in here is going to be our contact page. If you guys do have troubles with any of these tech platforms, this link is going to be your best friend. So bookmark it or remember it, write it down. You'll be able to see our hours of operation up here. We do all of our appointments through BlueJeans unless a face-to-face is necessary. I mean, sometimes to really know what's going on, that is required, but 99% of the times we can do all of these through BlueJeans. So your location doesn't matter. You can schedule an appointment with whoever has a time that's available at a time that you would like. Feel free to schedule an appointment. You guys can ask us a question through our email form here. Through our email form here, or give us a call. September is a very busy time for us. Apologize if we don't answer the phone when you do call. But usually the first couple of weeks of September, my phone doesn't stop ringing. So leave us a voicemail if we don't get it with your student number and a quick description of what's going on, and we'll get back to you as soon as we're able to there. One other thing that we are offering again come September is going to be our drop-in sessions, and you can find those just from our homepage here and scroll down to the bottom to our events calendar, and you'll be able to see here for September, every day in September from 10 a.m. till 11, we are going to be doing just a Brightspace and more drop-in session. This is just an open BlueJeans session that you guys can click on this link anytime between 10 and 11 on these days. And it's going to bring you into a session with myself or one of my coworkers, and you'll be able to ask whatever kind of technical issues that you're having that way as well. So you'll never find easier support than this. All you literally have to do is click a link to get in here. So if you guys are struggling at all, take advantage of this. And if you're always working at 10 a.m. or you're always in class at 10 a.m. and you can never make this, feel free to book an appointment at a time that works for you. We will send you off a BlueJeans link for that time, and I'll meet you in a BlueJeans session and be able to hear what kind of troubles you guys are having that way. And I think that's about it for me. I will go over the Adobe a little bit as well. As I was talking about the Microsoft Office 365, you guys can also come down here and click on the online classroom tools here and over to the Adobe Acrobat section. So there are two versions of Adobe Acrobat. There is a free version called the Reader, and there is a paid version. This is the paid version. It's free to you guys as long as you're students with us. It gives you a lot more options than just the free Reader version does, as far as stripping PDFs down or combining multiple PDFs into one and things like that. So if you guys' course or class is really PDF heavy, if you need more than just changing a Word document to PDF, feel free to jump on here. This is how you can download and install this Creative Cloud, this Adobe Acrobat DC Creative Cloud as well. So check this out and feel free to install this software on your computer if you'd also like. And that was a ton of information. If anybody has any questions, definitely feel free to ask now. I know that was a lot of information, but mostly I just wanted you guys to know how to get in touch with us, because if you're like me, the questions don't usually start popping up until you start getting in here and playing around with a lot of this stuff. So I just wanted you guys to know where to come for those questions when they do arise, if you don't have any right now.